Okay, hello everyone. This is Juan.
This is Leanne.
This is Raja.
Okay, today we're talking about our chosen campaign domestic violence. Domestic violence is violence or other abuse by one person against another in domestic setting. We aim to combat increased news coverage regarding violence and raise as much awareness we can to stop this.
So as of this, we have established an educational seminar that aims to inform people about the seriousness of domestic violence. This seminar also includes further facts and research, plus alternative helplines that could be useful in case of emergencies. Reason being, many victims are cornered in situations that prevent them from voicing up their past experience.
We are here to help those who do not know what to do, thus allowing them to understand more about domestic violence. During this seminar, we will provide talk from counsellors and psychologists who are deeply experienced in the area. Therefore, listeners can develop a better knowledge in this field.
What is domestic violence? So, domestic violence is violent or aggressive behavior within the home, typically involving the violent abuse of a spouse or partner. Recent studies have shown significant increasing statistics regarding victims of domestic violence. However, not many are educated in ways to protect themselves from future harm. Domestic violence can cover the following: hitting, choking, denying essential money to the partner or family, isolating the partner from friends and family, and insulting or constantly criticizing the partner and threatening children or pets. Many people don't believe that domestic violence is a serious issue. Therefore, we have provided some facts and statistics that can prove the seriousness of domestic violence. So, on an average, one woman a week is murdered by her current partner or former partner. And 1 in 4 women have experienced emotional abuse by a current or former partner since the age of 15. And 1 in 5 women have experienced sexual violence since the age of 15. And 85% of Australian women have been sexually harassed. Almost 40% of the women continue to experience violence from their partner while temporarily being separated.
Any campaign needs to be created as well as preface it in a target audience-oriented manner in order to make it a winner project. This particular campaign is related to domestic violence and the media impact on this social issue in the country of Australia. Although this country belongs to one of the advanced nations across the globe, the repressive issue of domestic violence is still prevalent in the country. The issue needs a stronger, a larger forum with a considerable voice potential in order to knock the doors of the influential field that could in fact and act and the laws to protect the respective victim. There will be 3 main classes session of main target audience in this particular case, since the topic under consideration is related to the media impact. The sessions of the media, such as the bloggers, web designers, website owners, people related to other forms of media will be definitely the main audiences. The main challenges those are faced by the society-related problem owing to the lack of the media limelight or the concept of this thing being brushed aside as pertinent issues. Those will not deserve the central stage respectively. This will be those agents that will be taking forward the social issue related details to the general public and hence taken precedence in being sensitized about the issue in a sustainable manner respectively. The reach that the media house have could be estimated from the fact that those news items that are furthered by this media house obtain a very important place in the minds of the millions those consume these news articles respectively. The second important class of target audience with respect to this issue of domestic violence and the related media influence will be those associations as well as foundations, those associations that fight for the betterment of the woman, adding they fighting against the domestic violence. This will make them aware of the actual situations and the strategies way as well as means to portray the ill effects of this social evil in the media resource respectively. This will enable the organizations to join hands with the local media in promoting the cause and keeping the public aware of the manner in which domestic violence can be perpetrated. This will also adds these associations to keep the public informed about the manner in which physical as well as physiological counseling and the aid is offered to the victims. The third, as well as the main sector of target audience, will be the victim themselves. They are also a main reason for media houses not offering prominence to this social evil. As the victim do not discuss this issue in media, creation of the awareness to the other becomes a challenge for the media also. Hence, by making the victim release the power they process in their hands to influence the media and the consumer of media resource about this issue will lead to a quick eradication of this particular social evil in a sustainable manner.
Helplines are your first support. There are many companies that offer these services, such as 1-800-RESPECT, Women's Refuge, and Victim Support Resources Centre in Victoria. And another source of helpline is the police force, which educates you more on the apprehensive violence disorders and just basic AVOs.
So, what is the purpose of this seminar? The purpose is to educate, which allows people to understand the seriousness of domestic violence, be able to raise as much awareness as we can, guide victims to effective measures that could help them, educate them with beneficial resources such as protection homes and having access to legal measures, including apprehensive domestic violence orders, ADVLs, and apprehensive violence orders, AVLs. This seminar welcomes all ages and genders. We strive to promote peace within relationships and strengthening all possible helplines, support for domestic violence. Seminar will be held on the 23rd of January at 12 p.m. at the State Library.
Discussion of domestic violence during seminar. The seminar will be discussing the topic of domestic violence to raise awareness to prevent and stop domestic violence from occurring at any stage of life, but preferably at a young age. Domestic violence is a serious concern and one of Australia's biggest social issues. This is an issue that needs awareness to be raised, as it is a serious violation of human rights. It constricts a certain person's freedom and rights as it causes fear, physical harm, and or psychological harm. Since domestic violence occurs within an intimate relationship, such as family or between a partner, it is widely regarded as a personal issue that should not be interfered with or by an outside or third party. However, this contributes to the rising rates of family and victims inflicted by domestic violence. Therefore, the first steps are to highlight those prejudices of domestic violence. Proper education on what domestic violence is, how it should be prevented, how to discover signs of domestic violence, and how to help a distressed one in need are going to be the main points of discussion during the seminar. Domestic violence needs to be noticed by the people around the victim, as it is extremely hard to speak about the troubles and situations due to assumptions of being judged or neglected. Neglection can lead to an increase of suicidal thoughts and actions. Additionally, the more the topic is discussed by a large amount of people, it can create positive views of preventing domestic violence. As statistics shows, 1 in 4 women have experienced emotional abuse by a current or former partner since the age of 15. This also adds to the statistics of 72,000 women, 34,000 children, and 9,000 men seeking homelessness service in 2016 and 2017. Domestic violence impacts and contributes to not only the victims and their surrounding, but people in our whole country. These statistics show that domestic violence is a serious concern and issue in our Australian society. In order to properly understand what is domestic violence, there is going to be proper education on what is domestic violence and how to prevent domestic violence from a young age. As domestic violence occurs from a young age, it is important for proper education from the beginning. Through the seminar, education on how to deal with and seek proper help will also be added. This will allow for anyone to acquire the proper and right aid and help, such as counselling, care centres, funding, and more. Also, audience attending the seminar are given tips on how to help a distressed, close one in need of help when they are going through domestic violence. Real-life experiences and cases are also going to be dealt on the seminar to thoroughly understand the situation and the seriousness of domestic violence. It is important to know that domestic violence is not someone else's story, as it could be happening nearby,